the second lesson I learned, and I learned this from one of my coaches when I was about 14, and I did actually have quite a good horse at the time. My parents didn't pay a lot of money for it, but it was a top horse, or it had at least proven itself, and I got it for a bit of a bargain, to be honest. But I remember my coach telling me that you can't buy a seat. And basically what that meant is you can have the best coaching, the best horse, the best resources on the planet, but if you don't put the hard work in as a rider and just spend time in the saddle, you're never going to be a top rider. And you cannot buy your seat. You literally can't. And I remember seeing riders in my life, who have been bought really great horses, but they just can't ride because they're not putting the time and the effort in. And I'll tell you a little story around this. One day I was on the train to Badminton Horse Trials, and I got chatting to a young South African Grand Prix dressage rider. Now, he was in the UK because he had been invited by the Spanish riding school in Vienna to potentially go and be an apprentice. And I said to him, my gosh, that's the most incredible opportunity. Those riders are insane. And he said, but Emma, I'm a Grand Prix rider already. I don't want to go through their training program. And it was rigorous. He told me what the Spanish riding school interns do is they spend 8 hours a day on a lunge line with no stirrups and no reins, and they do that for over 12 months before they even get to pick up the reins themselves. Now, many would consider this as a Grand Prix rider a bit of an insult, and he certainly did. But to me, I thought, well, this is just exactly that. You can't buy your seat. And when you watch the Spanish riding school riders, they do not move. And there's a reason for that, because they have spent many, many hours in the saddle, literally with no stirrups and no reins. So it's absolutely true. I don't care how much money you have. If you're not willing to put the time and effort in, you will never develop the most perfect seat on the planet like the Spanish riding school guys. So just think about it. Next time you're at a competition, you see someone turn up in their fancy truck with their fancy horse, they have not bought their seat. They have to put the time and the effort and the energy in to get there.